Okay. Hello, Katherine.
Hi, Shimrit.
Hi. Thank you so much for making the time and coming here to share your story and your experience with working with me. And I will introduce you. So you are Katherine. You're from Canada, and you are a nurse. And we've been working together for about a month.
That's true.
Yes, and it's been a privilege and an honor and a delight for me to work with you. And maybe we can start with you sharing what has brought you to reach out to me in the first place. What were the kind of things that you were struggling with before starting this program?
I reached out because I separated from my husband, and so I was noticing some relationship patterns that weren't healthy, and led me to get where I was at the time. And so I just wanted to try and develop different perspectives and skills to hopefully not repeat old patterns.
Yeah, thank you. And would you like to share a little bit, maybe how you were feeling? So you reached out to me really in a kind of a critical point, right? When everything was more emotional and right after the breakup, right? Or even during the first stages. So just so, people might get an idea of, an emotional state that they might relate to, or how you were you feeling, or how did it look like
I
back then?
I was feeling pretty lost, pretty devastated, directionless, kind of like, what do I do now? So yeah, definitely not in a position of strength and security.
Yeah. And when you say relationship patterns, would you care to share in a few words, what does that mean for you, or what did it mean for you?
I think just not giving myself enough value, like always looking to see what I can contribute to a relationship, and sort of putting myself on a back burner and not asking for what I need, or even if I asked for what I need, if I didn't get it, not following up on that or making myself a priority.
Yes. Yeah, thank you. So what would you say during the time we had working together, and within the program and everything that that it includes, what would you say was most helpful and meaningful for you?
I think, again, just reframing how to think of things and not being so overwhelmed with the problem at hand, and being able to focus on taking things a day at a time and realizing that whatever you're going through now doesn't dictate the rest of your future. Like it doesn't mean you, just because you don't feel particularly happy now, that you're not going to be able to get there.
Yeah, thank you. And were there any specific, aspects of the program, or of, this process you're experiencing working with me, that was most kind of helpful, or that made it, effective for you?
I appreciated the check-ins. I think that definitely kept me focused, because there would be obviously times returning to my old patterns or my old ways of thinking. And so just like the meditations, the group chats, just things that more consistently keep you developing the new way of thinking.
Yeah, thank you. And when you say check-ins, I know what you mean by that, but maybe you can explain just in a couple of more words, what was that? So
Yeah. So I mean, I felt more like you're actually a friend, rather than traditional talk therapy. Like, my talk therapist would never text me to just say, how are you doing today? Or, hey, last time we talked about such and such, how is that unfolding for you? So it definitely made it feel more like you cared, instead of it was just a paycheck or another customer.
yeah, Thank you. Yes, I do care. I definitely do. And I always say that I can never do it differently. So I was really happy to witness your progress and your healing in such a short time. And when you say group chat as well, would you like to maybe say a couple more words? What is that? What was that for you? What did that give you?
So initially, I was a little bit hesitant. I mean, initially, I was hesitant to do anything online at all.
Right.
Um, but I don't know, there was something about you, because you're not the only person doing this online. I just felt a connection. But with online, or rather with the group chats, I was a little bit hesitant because to me they were a bunch of strangers, but you kind of picked the groups and picked people who could relate to each other. So instead of feeling completely awkward, that quickly from the first session changed to, okay, these people can relate to my problems, even though we have our differences and live wherever, all around the world. A lot of our issues were similar. So just being able to bounce ideas off each other, to relate to somebody else, it was helpful.
I'm so happy to hear that. And I'm so grateful to have the group sessions, the group calls. It's not something that I was able to offer in the past. And I know that sometimes it sounds like, yeah, as you said, you feel a bit awkward. I would too, probably. But then from each and every one, I hear that it gives so much more value to the program, and it's so precious. So I'm so happy to hear that that was like that also for you.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe you can share if there is anything in your life or in your experience right now that you can point out and see as an outcome of the short time you've been on the program, either emotionally or I don't know, something that is just showing up in your life, anything like that.
I think, again, just reframing, like every time that I would talk to you and I would be kind of overwhelmed with an issue, it would be, like coming back to the present. Or if I was getting emotionally overwhelmed somewhere where that didn't serve me, like I was at work and it wasn't the time or place for that. Just the little techniques and the little phrases that you sent that would have me, come back to the moment, come back to the present, and, I can deal with that later, or I might not even need to deal with that later. For me, anxiety has been an issue. So it definitely kind of pulled that back some. I mean, obviously, like I still have work to do on myself, independent of the program and just in life in general. But it definitely, instead of running away with it, which would be my old pattern and just stewing in things, I'm now much more quickly able to say, okay, like you had that moment, but you don't have to hold that moment.
Yeah, and amazing. I'm so happy to hear that, and to feel, to feel you. It's really like talking to. I don't want to say a different person, maybe, but definitely on a different, yeah, energy and mindset and presence. So I'm so happy to hear that and to feel that and to have you share that here. And so valuable to have these testimonies, right? And people that go through the program and experience, like you, a transformation in a short amount of time, and be able to share that with others that might be struggling right now with similar situations or issues or patterns, right? And consider and want and need some support, and it's sometimes so hard to really choose and trust, right? To know where to, who to trust, who to work with. And I wonder, sorry, if you have anything to say to someone who might be watching this, and need to take such a decision, if you have anything to say to that person.
I think if they were anything like me and they had patterns that weren't serving them, you have to try something new. You can't do what you were doing before because nothing's going to change. Take a leap of faith. I don't know that if we hadn't had the phone conversation and it would have been just reading testimonials, the phone conversation helped me feel connected and like I could trust you or that you had good intentions. So I would encourage people to take the time and have the call with you and then go with their gut. But definitely if they're looking to make a change in their life, that, you have to put in the work and you have to have faith and trust and believe in yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you so much, Katherine. Thank you for this time and for sharing all this with me and with other people who will be watching this. I deeply appreciate it. And I love you, and I'm thankful to have had the opportunity to work with you. And yeah, thank you so much.
I appreciate your help, Shimrit. Thank you.
With all my heart, thank you.